You can tell this is a PSAT because this is a very short passage. They don't usually have this kind of shortness on the SAT, but we'll take what we can get. Which choice most logically completes the text? We're just going to try to conclude the story. Let's see if we can get a feel for where it's going. Marine archaeologists have found much of the wooden hull of a 16th century ship in a flooded quarry in southeast England. When it is exposed to air and water, wood rots quickly unless it is protected by sediment that shields it from oxygen. Therefore, the discovered ship was likely, well, if it didn't rot, right, wood rots quickly unless it's protected by sediment. Okay, so the discovered ship was likely protected by sediment. See how, the word logic is such a great word here. This is purely a logical question. We found a ship. Normally, ships rot away because they're not protected. Therefore, if we found this old ship, it must have been a protected one. Like, that's literally all it is. So let's see. Which choice most logically completes the text? It was covered. The ship was likely covered by a protective sediment layer in the quarry. Like, yeah, that's definitely going to be it. But let's read everything else. Let's make sure. We should always be thorough. One of several other ships buried in the same quarry. Nope, don't care about other ships. Let's not bring in other things. C, a confirmation of previous theories about the type of wood that was used in 16th century ships. Who cares about the type of wood? There's no other theories. This is just going all over the place. D, first constructed much earlier than previously thought. Do they talk about that? Like that they were surprised by something? No. Plus, be careful of choices that bring in the concept of time. Does time really matter? Is time an important part of this passage? Well, they do say that it's old, but the real focus of this passage is that the reason that it's still here today, right? It's not about the past with this ship. It's about the present. Why is the ship still around? Because it must have been protected, because otherwise it wouldn't be around. So we're not comparing different time periods, which is what D is trying to do. So maybe that's obvious to you, but that is a very common reason we have trap answers on the SAT, is they bring in the concept of time when the passage is not focusing on that. So just something else to kind of help you in a more general sense, because every test is going to have different passages. So these same kind of patterns, though, kind of repeat themselves from test to test and passage to passage for these wrong answers.